So welcome to a very weird thing I've concocted here. I don't know how it's gonna go. I've never speedrun before. This is my first speedrun. Here we go. But it's not gonna be a good one. I'm not gonna be breaking any records today because I'm gonna explain to you what Homestuck is while playing all of Hiveswap, the whole game in like 20 minutes, hopefully. Hopefully. I think 24 minutes is the lowest I've seen, but let's do this. Let's just get started. I'm gonna start the timer here. Boom. All right. So if you don't know what Homestuck is, it is a multimedia webcomic, and I highly suggest reading it before starting this game. And before listening to this video, because I'm going to have spoilers, although I'll tell you when the spoilers start, because it's good to go in not completely blind, but it's also good to go in completely blind. It's a really weird thing. So it's John Egbert in his room, yeah, and he wants to play a video game. And that's about the entirety of Homestuck. He's been playing this video game. Of course, it's a video game that interacts with the real world and causes apocalypse and all the standard stuff you'd expect from something like Homestuck. Anyway, he's got a few friends. He's got Rose Lalonde, Dave Schreider, Jade Harley. They all want to play Suburb in the world as well. And he kind of just goofs around for a while. The comic doesn't get started for a few acts in. So they get in and realize that this game can like interact with the world they're in. And they don't find that weird, but you're not supposed to just find it weird. But this was a bad idea. Oh man, this is a real bad idea. Oh no. So, I'm sorry for being quiet. Oh no. We gotta keep going. They get in their game and they find out that it's caused the apocalypse, and they have some guides called sprites that tell them that the point of the game isn't really to stop the apocalypse. It's really just to do a thing that they don't know yet. So their game goes a little awry while playing it because one of their NPCs doesn't go according to the rules of the game and goes a little rogue. So he starts killing people. And all of a sudden, when the kids are just lost, oh, I'm losing it, are lost in this world of their game, they realize that, they start getting messages from this weird group of people. They call themselves internet trolls. And these trolls claim they are beings from an alternate dimension. Of course, the kids don't believe any of this. There's the first split. I have acquired the flashlight. So the Act 4 of the comic, once the kids are playing their game, explores the gameplay and starts exploring the trolls a bit. And suddenly after that, an Act 5 begins. And this is where most people skip to that don't know what Homestuck is, because this is when it gets really interesting. It cuts to the trolls, and you start playing as the trolls only. I mean playing as, because like the comic's written in a weird way. You're reading, don't trust me, it's complicated. You do play a few things. And then you get to see a bit of the trolls playing their game. And they're from an alien world called Alternia, and you'll see that later in this game, or you have if you've already played Hiveswap, which you probably have if you're watching this. And, oh my god, I'm being quiet again. I've just changed the title of this video to I explain Homestuck while playing Hiveswap, while speedrunning Hiveswap, to I failed to explain Homestuck while I failed to explain speedrunning Hiveswap. Anyway, they play their game, and we go back to seeing all the characters. They get into some wacky hijinks, and it turns out they're playing a game that's universe-bending stuff, and There's the power on. Yeah, it's so complicated. Oh. But turns out the trolls were playing their video. Okay, I'm taking it seriously now. The trolls are playing their video game when all of a sudden a horrible demon takes over their session right as they're about to win, and basically chases them all to a meteor where they're hanging out, and the kids have to and they're talking to the kids. And it turns out that demon is the same NPC from that's messing with the other game. And there's all these interactions between the characters, and it's pretty much everyone's fault by the end. There's no one's innocent in this comic, and no one's left alive either. There's some big murder segments. But in my opinion, and this is not most people's opinion, I like that character. I like the next characters better in Act 6. Because after Cascade, the big video that broke the internet, you just go over some new characters. And it's an alternate dimension where the kids' parents are the kids, and the kids are the parents, because the kids were all made in a lab and sent to Earth on meteors. And when they scratched their session, which means they did a thing in their video game that resets the game, but now their meteors are swapped on how they arrived on Earth from the laboratory, if that makes sense, which it doesn't, because I'm terrible at this. And this. Marble split is when Joey gets the marbles. Alright, here's a lot of cutscenes, so I have some time to talk. So the Act 6 characters are in an alternate universe where Betty Crocker has taken over the world, and two of them are in the present in 2011, where she just starts her plans, and two of them are dropped off in the future, where it's already become See Hitler's Water Apocalypse, as they call it. And they hit their own game session, which is a totally the worst session so far. They're absolutely horrible at this game, and nothing goes right. But at the end of Cascade, half the cast had ended up on the Trolls meteor, and half the cast had taken a ship, and by half I mean two, had taken a ship through time and space and through the fourth wall of the comic, because here's another long explanation. The writer of the comic, Andrew Hussey, is in the comic as a character, and he does eventually get killed, which is that's a lot of problems for the story. But before he gets killed, he does defeat one of the main villains, and helps the kids survive their session so they can get to the new session. And then once they get to the new session, we're in what I call the endgame of Homestuck, because it's where I caught up, but it's actually really long. It was like 3 years, because there was a gigapause where he took a year off. Oh, where am I going? I need to go to the kitchen. And the last segment is the one people don't really like, but, yeah, I need to reread it. I really need to. It has John finds the juju thing, this magical item that he sticks his hand in, and I keep it up there. And the juju gives him the power of retcons, which is where most people were pretty much done with the comic. The retcons allows John to rewrite older bits of the comic and make it really what happened. Which is weird, because it's not time travel. There is time travel. Characters go back and mess with things all the time. But he's actually messing with the linear motion of the comic, and he actually rewrites some of the old pages and has changed them forever now, which is really weird. And he brings back to life one of the most hated characters, Vriska, so meh. So basically the comic ends up becoming really terrible in a story sense. I mean, like, all the characters die, they completely fail, and there's the marbles. They completely fail, there's no coming back, the villains have won. So then naturally he just retcons, and suddenly all their problems are fixed. Without a doubt, without any hitches, just 100% all their problems are fixed. And that's where people get mad, because it was really a Deus Ex Machina at the end, even though there is a lot of lead up to it. It just doesn't make sense narratively. And, yeah, the comic ends with them going, and apparently with the big twist, which isn't really a twist, is what the actual Suburb game does is create a new universe. So then they move to that universe, and that's the end. And I've already explained all of Homestuck, and it's only been 10 minutes. This is supposed to be a 25-minute run. So, let's see what else I can talk about. That was the worst summary of Homestuck ever given, by the way. I hope you all appreciate that. So how does Hiveswap tie into this? Well, in 2012, Andrew did a Kickstarter for a Homestuck adventure game, and it's taken 5 years to make 25% of it, which is not horrible considering their development. There are some strong people who've stuck with this till the end. And, it's a good game. I like how it turned out. I can't wait till all the parts are out. The game has some good Doc Scratch stuff, and I'm looking forward to see how it pays off. Some of the meta-narrative stuff from Homestuck is gonna be brought into this world, and it's gonna be real, real good. Okay, here's another long cutscene. Oh man, I should have done this live on Twitch so that people have something to give me to talk about, because I've already explained all the Homestuck. Maybe I could just explain it twice, but better? Who wants to hear that? Who wants to hear me stuff? So John Ingbert's in his room, right? And he's like, oh, I gotta play a video game, and this is dumb. And that's Homestuck. Here comes the part where you can die. If I'm not fast enough here, Joey will just straight up die. She gets eaten by one of those monsters. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's good! That's good! I love that! That was a good... Oh my god. Did you see the way she moved? That was... I love that. Oh no! Guys, I made a grave error in this run. Oh, that's activating the portal. Oh no, it's not activating the portal! Oh no! I did that split too early. This is the drape. The key's next. Okay. There's a button to undo that, but I'm not gonna worry about it, because it's only the end time matters with this run. This isn't a real run, this is a goof. Why can't I use it? You have to go through all this? Oh, you have to hit the keyhole, which is behind her head. Come on. Duly noted. Well, I don't think I'm going to beat the world record for this, which I think is 24 minutes, because I have 10 minutes left to do all of Alternia. And there's some hard mini-games in there with Snake. I don't know if I can beat it on my first try, because you have to spell things in an alien language. So here's the Cherub portal. We don't know why this is a thing, but it is. This is all stuff super important in Homestuck, but we don't know how it's going to tie in. Here comes Damek. He's going to be the main character of the 5th game in the series. That's going to be quite a few years, like 25 years if the math holds up. And, so here we are on Alternia, alien planet. Their system is blood-based. Everyone has different blood color. and based on your blood color is how important you are to society. Like, this here is a Rust blood I'm talking to. He's the main character. He's one of the lowest. I think he is the lowest non-mutant blood. But being low blood has some advantages. You get superpowers. He has, as you see in a bit, he has telekinesis. And he can talk to the dead. And this is the most Homestuck thing in the game, are the long chat logs, which in Homestuck is every single page. Oh, I'm bad at Snake! I'm bad at Snake. The lag in the Snake is pretty bad with the way it moves. And it's all RNG based on where these letters are going to be. So this is the run killer right here. Or Serpent 2 is the run killer. But I'm going to take the easy route with it. Oh, Snake's moving so fast, it's so bad. There we go. We're about to be Zephyros in a minute. Some people are reporting cutscenes being skipped. People on bad computers. If I can replicate that, the time would go down like probably 5 minutes. There's the Lucis. Trolls have Lucis parent. Those are their parents, basically. They have animals that take over them, because all the adults live off-world, and all the kids are born from incestuous slurry of organic material, which sounds horrifying, and it is. They have a mother grub, which is this big slug thing that just watches over them, and no, it doesn't watch over them, it hatches them from eggs. And then as kids, they go through these trials to test if they're strong enough to be alive. And it's so such a weird society that Andrew Hussey has dreamed up out of nothing. They're all bug-based, and they eat bugs, and it's disgusting. And here comes the Zephyros. I'll put the split right there. I hope this speedrun takes off. I hope once like there's 4 parts and it's a longer game, people actually put together a speedrunning community and have real splits and programs and stuff, so this isn't as troublesome. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna bend the spoon, and I'm gonna make this real quick. We're gonna take this and cut through some more dialogue. And this part can get glitched with stuff covering the UI, so it's very, I don't know what sets it off. Clicking something too fast, I think. So now we can leave his room. Go in here. You have to use a bent spoon to take his thing off the wall, which is I don't understand. It's puzzle game stuff. And then you can't open the vault. Oh, we're glitched! Oh no! Okay, there we go. Pausing fixed it. Zephyros is real glitchy. That TV buzz. Anyway, the vault upstairs can't be opened until we have this book and a soda from the fridge. More puzzle game stuff. But they actually do. The soda heightens his telekinetic powers. And the book tells him how to play the game. It's a miniature version of the sport he likes to play. So here's our cutscene. Oh, after I do this. If you lose here, you get a little Dark Souls reference. It's fun. Yeah, all the troll language of this game can be translated. We've translated most of it. It's all really fun stuff. Like the death screen here, which says you have been called. But this is not the death screen. This is complete. Because on the death screen, it zooms in on the ball. But if it's zoomed out, you've won. Look how adorable he is. Oh, that ska music. Alright, now we just gotta go use this on his Lucis, and he has a sloth Lucis, by the way. And then we'll be done. Well, no, we're not gonna be done with the run. I mean, we're done with him. Then we got a little bit more to do with Joey, and we're done. Sloth, please move. Please. Run killer, reset. So here's where the Doc Scratch stuff comes in. We don't know anything what's up with this right now. We'll learn in later parts, I guess. So after this cutscene here will be Joey again, and on the last split, I'm gonna cut it real close here on how well I'm doing. And this is my first try. I've only played through the game twice, so as soon as we get recontrol of Zoe, Zoe. As soon as we get control of Joey, I'll do the split. Well, it should really be at the beginning of this chat, so that because we are technically controlling Joey now. But, well. So there's the split. We're gonna crawl through the vent. Let's see if I got this segment down real good. We're gonna go not click on that. We're gonna pick up the bestiary because I think the bestiary is optional, but I don't want to risk having to backtrack there later. And then we're gonna perform, or we're gonna do the optional way for the serpent game. The way you're supposed to do it is learn the troll language and understand how to spell the name of their band, which is Grubbles. But I'm gonna go grab the note off his desk, which lets you cheat the game. And I didn't find the note naturally on any of my playthroughs. People had to point it out to me. At least a trial and error to try to learn how to spell. So we're gonna leave this section, go over here, grab the note. I think that's all you have to do is view it. Then we're gonna play Serpent 2. Grab the horrifying image. Yep, there it is. G R. Oh, this is bad RNG. U B B L N E. The second. Oh wait, and the S. The S. Okay, the second snake there implies to me that these are gonna get a little harder, or 2-player or something. But just green and red snakes in Homestuck is very bad. That means like the thing that's gonna destroy the entire universe, basically. Take a sit, babes. Alright. Most players will run around this area forever, but we're going to do the milkable without ever leaving the kitchen, so that when we're over on the other side of his hive, we can just go right to the end. As long as I remember to pick up the vet set. So there's the bowl. Here's a glitch again. Please fix. Oh, there we go. Switching to Zephyros sometimes fixes it. Switching to Zephyros there is totally optional, but it fixes that glitch, so thanks for adding it in, guys. And we're gonna grab this milk here, which doesn't look like a thing you can pick up, but it is. And connect them, and use it on the door. There's also only a few doors you can use items on, which is also really misleading for players, so yeah. Well, we're at 23 minutes. I'm not beating, what's this, Dingus's score? But this is pretty good. Most people I've seen are getting 30, 35 on their first try. Lots of text. Okay. So now all I gotta do is use the vet kit on the Lucis, and then ride the Lucis away Oh yeah, you have to use the bestiary. There we go. Good thing I grabbed it. Though I swear I beat this once without using it. Give it a name, write it, text. So, we're at the end here. Thank you all for joining me for this horrible idea that only lasted half the video. I did not successfully explain all of Homestuck. You're still as lost as ever if you haven't read it. And you're laughing at me at how embarrassing I am if you have. So this was not a success. But it was a success in that we had a journey together, and that's truly what matters, right? Friendship. As Joey's explaining right here in this text I'm going past. The power of friendship. Alright, here comes time! Time! 25:49. How did I do? I'm gonna Google Hiveswap speedrun or put it into YouTube and see what other people have just real quick. Dingus got 25:10. I was only 40 seconds behind. That is not that bad. On my first try, I could have the world record if it had just 2 or 3 more attempts, is what every speedrunner says about every game, which is why it's so addicting. Sub 139, here we go. Come on, we're gonna get that backwards long jump into the attic and skip half the game. They're gonna patch in a button that lets us skip cutscenes, and then it's gonna be insanity. So there we go. I might be doing a few commentary-less runs so that I can put a non-embarrassing one up on speedrunning.com once there's a Hiveswap listing for it, and you won't have to listen to this. But I'm glad you did if you want. So take in this wonderful ending cutscene here. I love what they did with this. Trissa, oh, I can't believe it exact. This feels most like Homestuck right here. This feels like a Homestuck flash. The way it zooms in on her is perfect. Alright, thank you for watching my first ever speedrun. There will be hopefully many more to come.